Good Wednesday morning, and welcome to my office. It's a little cooler this morning, but it was a glorious, glorious walk. It'll only get up to 90 something today, hopefully, and but I understand it's pretty miserable in other parts of the country as well. So our hearts go out to you. Okay. Yesterday, I posted a video that I made as part of the Magical Egypt uh, program called The Great Work, and it was intended sort of as the recap of everything. The producers asked me uh, at the time. How do they end this magnificent videos series that has scores of some of the greatest experts in the world and on mystical subjects and things like that. It's called The Great Work, and they how, how would you give us the big secret? Okay, as the final comment on this, and I had sort of not moderated, but was sort of the host of the series, and I said I'll have to think about that, and it was just before uh, I was to pack my bags to leave for first of all, I guess it was Norway for a while, uh, and so I was thinking about a million other things, and all of a sudden I said, how would I encapsulate the at least my understanding of the bottom line to this secret of enlightenment, the secret of awakening. And then it dawned on me a song that I play. Usually, I play my own songs because I don't sing well. I don't play the guitar that well. So I better just do my own stuff, and let the song and the lyrics and you know carry it as far as it's going to go. But there's one cover I do, and it is Eden Abez's Nature Boy. And it just hit me. That's the key. That one line is the key. Uh, and Constance and I were big Beatles fans. And as soon as the light bulb went off on that one Eden Abez line, which I'll get to in a second, don't worry. Uh, the Beatles in their song "The End," it's just sort of a wild song, but at the very end of the song "The End," it says, "And in the end, the love you make is equal to the love you take." I said, the Beatles did that. They did what you want for this video series in that one line. And in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. And the lyric from Nature Boy is, the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Now, if we would look at this from uh, a very fundamental magical point of view and say that this love that is, in a sense, the simultaneous give take and the simultaneous uh, it's not an exchange, it's an alternating current. And in magic, lots of things uh, are, a, are an attempt to describe concepts like this. And I'm going to just show one attempt that pentagrams use. Now there is, see the plus and minus, active and passive. And up at the top is spirit. Spirit is an active passive simultaneous current. It's electrical, it's magnetic at the same time. And see, we got the spirit pentagram right up there at the top, or the spirit symbol right up there at the top. Okay, like it's the Brahma chakra above the head. Okay, and if you spread your arms and legs out, lay on the ground, say, and spread your arms and legs out, you form that pentagram. Okay, and you got an active side and a passive side. Now there's all sorts of pentagrams that you draw to invoke or banish the elements. Okay, and each of the arms is a fire, water, air, earth element. There's different ways you can draw the thing to represent invoking or banishing the specific elements. But all of them avoid something on the pentagram. Okay, none of those pentagrams do one thing. None of them violate the crotch, the knotty bits area of the pentagram first. The only ones that do that are the spirit pentagrams. And the active spirit pentagram starts at the foot and then immediately bonks into the crotch area of the pentagram. Okay, as if that you throw a lead ball, up toward in this direction, but the first thing it hits is your groin. Okay, and then it goes over to the active side. So this would be the pentagram you would draw to invoke the active spirit pentagram. Okay, you go. Okay, but it starts off by giving a real surprising whack to the groin area before it moves on to the activeness. Now, in sort of a yogic exercise where you turn your body into a pentagram and you lay on the floor, kind of spread eagled like this, and you imagine a pentagram being drawn from your left foot going up to your right arm, or your left foot going up to, or your right, your left foot going up to your right arm, or your right foot going up to your left arm. And if you sort of imagine, like, okay, I'm drawing magic electricity, a lightning bolt. I'm imagining a lightning bolt of energy going from my left foot up through my groin area and out my right hand, or the opposite way. When you do that, and you get the visualization going really good, as it passes from your foot on its way up, as it passes your groin area, it makes your head explode. Okay, or that's where you feel it. And the same goes with the passive. Okay, you start there and move up that way toward the passive, the negative uh, side. Your head explodes in exactly the same way. So there's a combination of the active and passive, okay, that has everything to do. If you want to get this lit up, you immediately, uh, to begin the process, start right there with your root chakra. It's like your root chakra is directly connected to the highest and the lowest. You charge them both at the same time. One charges the other. In the same way that there's a magical relationship between number 10 on the tree of life and number 1 on the tree of life. Between the tens and the aces, between the princesses and the aces in the tarot. They're the princesses are the throne of the aces. They go, they're a team. And that team, that active, that lowest and highest active passive, is that electrical current. Initially violate with energy anyway, the naughty bits and your head explodes. The two lines, the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in between. That love and be loved is active, passive, active, passive, just like a breath in and out. Okay, and in the end, the love you make is equal to the love you take, or and vice versa. It's the same thing. Okay. Here's little scraps from the notes of my little narrative. If we gain nothing else from our time together, we've learned that underlying all matter and energy and mind is consciousness. But we can never understand with our meat brains what this consciousness is. Our eyes can't see infrared or ultraviolet. Our ears cannot hear a dog whistle or extra low frequencies that are generated by the giant redwood trees, which they do sing. Most people's noses can't even smell the difference between Coke and Pepsi. Even if we could use all the sensitive new scientific instruments that enable us to see more, hear more, or smell more, do we really think we could ever gather enough information or develop powers of intelligence profound enough to interpret that information to unveil the ultimate reality? Get real. We're all sleepwalkers, stumbling blind, deaf, and dumb through a life we could never understand, even if we could see and hear and feel and smell like Superman. We can never understand the nature of consciousness by gathering information with our senses and attempting to process the information with our brains. There is, however, one single word that comes closest to describing in essence the ultimate nature of consciousness, and that word is love. Love is impossible to define or understand, but we see it manifest in the universe around us as attraction. That's that magnetic kind of thing. The attraction displayed between particles of matter, the attraction that one human being feels for another. Love is the great alternating current of spirit. Just giving love is not love. Just receiving love is not love. One or the other is not enough. In order to become one with the love current of consciousness, you've got, most commonly, you receive it most commonly, and not exclusively defined to this, but one way that's familiar to all of us, okay, is in the indescribable bliss or the ecstasy of lovemaking. That instant when all sense of separateness disappears for an infinite moment, when yourself and your beloved does the same thing at the same time. The ultimate nature of reality is consciousness, but the nature of consciousness is love. And the ability to give and receive love inserts you directly into that circuitry. Okay. Can you see how that is profoundly encapsulated in those two song lyrics? The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. It's the key to Bhakti Yoga. And that initial burst of that giving, receiving simultaneously, the initial burst of that then triggers the heart chakra. That's when you and the beloved have made that connection, that your positive has joined with the ultimate negative, and your negative has received the ultimate positive. And the second result of that is right there at the top itself. So we could sort of look at those two events as, first of all, the naughty bits get triggered, and then right above that, right in the middle of your pentagram, would be like the heart chakra, the anahat, number 6 on the tree of life. It gets itself spinning away, so much so that you see that this spinning away is actually just your neighborhood reflection of the spinning away of the great wheel of spirit at the top of your head. Your head explodes. That I hope to explain that better than that this morning, but that's as good as yes I can come up with at the moment. I hope you have a good rest of the day. I'm toying with the idea here in the United States anyway. We have what's being billed as a presidential election debate coming up on Thursday. And I thought it might be fun, but then again, it might be completely useless. Well, it might be fun and useless to draw 3 tarot cards for each of the individuals who are debating tomorrow. just so we can interpret how how each of them did relative to those three cards. I'm not going to predict anything or do anything like that, but I'll give us perhaps three cards for you to chew on as we watch those debates. And of course, it's probably not of great interest to anybody, uh, to everybody, but I thought it might be fun. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow. So until tomorrow, continue to be good to yourself and be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law. Love under will.